All right, this is part 2 of my interview for mental health assessment. Part 1 concluded when my phone ran out of storage, so I apologize. All right, Mackenzie, are you ready to begin again?
Yes.
All right, so we were just discussing if anything big had ever happened in your family, and you had said no divorces or recent passing of family members, like people, no one's died recently. So the next question is, has there ever been any abuse in your household?
What does abuse mean?
Has anybody ever hurt you at home? Physically?
Well, not. I mean,
How about we start with yes or no?
well,
Has anybody ever hit you, punched you, kicked you?
that stuff, well, hit simple, but sometimes hard.
Who hits
Not
you?
so much. Well, depending. If somebody's mad at me, they hit me. For example, if Emma was mad at me, she just got so overstretched, and then she just randomly hit me out of nowhere. It's like she was so distressed and angry at me.
So your sisters or brothers? Does your mom or dad ever hit you?
I don't think so.
You don't think so or no?
It's a no.
It's a no. Okay. Do you have anybody in your family that has issues with drugs or smoking or anything like that?
My Uncle Bob.
Your uncle?
Yes.
Okay. Can you just talk just a bit louder so that people can hear you?
Okay.
Just your uncle?
Yep.
Okay. All right. Moving on to one of the screeners that we would do for you. These are just some questions, and they're just, if it's happening to you, you just say yes, and if it's really bad, just bad or not very much, okay?
Okay.
So the first one is, do you have a hard time standing up for long periods of time?
Yeah, I do have I do.
Okay, so would you say that's really bad?
I'd say that's in the really bad or kind of bad.
Okay. How about taking care of household chores?
Taking care of chores. I mean,
Like cleaning up after yourself or listening to your rules at home. Do you have a problem with that?
kind of, because sometimes if half the part was, for example, Izzy or Keely, my half sister or my stepsister, if half of the room was done there, it's not fair because me and Emma sort of have to do it. So I'd say
Sometimes?
sometimes, yeah.
Okay. How about learning new things? Is that hard for you?
Sometimes, not math, but, well,
Just new things. Is it hard for you to learn new things, yes or no?
new languages, yes, but new things, not really.
Okay. Do you like doing sports?
Yes.
Awesome. What ones do you participate in?
I usually participate in dance. My mom is signing me up at the YMCA for soccer.
So soccer and dance. Great. We talked a little bit about this already, but when you, and I kind of wrote down some notes about it, you had said earlier when we were talking that you get embarrassed and a little shameful and it's hard for you to talk about emotions sometimes. Does that make it hard for you to live every day?
It does sometimes.
It does sometimes. Remember to keep talking a little bit louder so that they can hear you, okay?
Okay, it
Thank
does
you.
sometimes.
Do you have a difficulty walking a long distance?
Well, depending. If it's April Fool's Day, definitely I do. Not usually unless shoelaces untied, which usually happens.
So not really.
Not really.
How about getting dressed?
Getting dressed is perfectly fine.
Perfectly fine. Good. Washing your whole body.
Washing my whole body, well, I did that once by myself, so I
Okay.
say yes.
You're good with that. How about making friends?
Making friends is my specialty.
It's your specialty. Good. Okay, now this is another screener. Do you feel nervous or anxious or on the edge at all?
Sometimes.
Sometimes.
Especially when people talk about me.
Okay. Do you feel not being able to stop stop controlling your worry?
Well, I have not been able to stop controlling my worry.
Okay. Do you have trouble with relaxing?
Yes, sometimes I actually do.
Okay. Being restless, that it's hard for you to sit still, like so that you move around a lot?
Like, I do move around a lot, but it is easy for me to sit still and relax. Like, sit still.
Okay.
But it's not really easy for me to relax.
Do you become annoyed or angry easily?
Sometimes, depending if people make me mad or if people are talking about me and then I start feeling annoyed, just scared about what they're talking about me.
Okay. Good. What about feeling afraid that something bad might happen?
I have a problem with that.
Okay. All right. Do you still like to do things that you normally would like to do? Like, do you still like to go to your dance class and have fun there?
Yeah.
Okay, good. Do you feel tired a lot?
Yes, I do.
Okay. Do you have trouble falling asleep or staying asleep at night?
No, because usually I just watch one movie and then I'm like asleep on the second part, like on the second time of the movie.
Do you feel down or depressed a lot?
A lot of times, yeah.
Okay. What about eating? Is eating being affected by your sadness?
Depending. If like something gets on my white shirt and everybody can see it, I bet they talk to me.
What about just
Like,
eating? Without it spilling on your shirt or anything like that, just eating. Do you still eat every day?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It doesn't affect me in any way.
Okay. Do you ever feel like hurting yourself?
No.
Okay. Let me just go over and make sure that we got all those questions done, okay? Good. So that looks like the majority of those big questions are out of the way, so I just want to get a better idea of maybe some of the feelings that you're having currently. Can you describe in just a couple words what those feelings are? Earlier you kind of said embarrassed and shameful. Are there any other words that you'd use to describe?
Yep.
Okay.
Painful.
Painful.
Heartbroken.
Heartbroken.
And embarrassed.
And embarrassed. Okay. So embarrassed is a common theme for you. Okay. Why are you embarrassed?
Because like something happens to me and I tell somebody, then it just sort of spreads to everybody else. So when they keep talking about it,
Yeah.
it makes me keep on thinking embarrassed.
So gossip. So you'll tell a friend, and then that friend will tell another person, and it'll just keep going around. Okay. So one thing that you want to work on is not being embarrassed.
Yeah.
Okay. You also listed heartbroken.
Yeah.
So do you want to work on ways to love yourself again and to love your life again and to not feel broken?
Yeah.
And then maybe some skills to cope through stress when
Yeah.
things get stressful. How was your life like before you felt like this? Do you remember?
It was before we moved
Can
to
you?
North Branch, and when my next door neighbor, my best friend Maya, was there, and she lives right next door.
Mhm.
And when I heard that we were moving, right when we moved, the first day, it just started happening. It just made me get stressed. It made me feel heartbroken. I noticed it because I felt like it was just because like my best friend was just not there. I could see her for sometimes, like the dance recital times and stuff like that, but not any other times usually.
So there was a loss. So earlier in our conversation, we kind of talked about big things that had changed, that maybe have changed, such as like a loss of a family member or a divorce. And so you moving and losing your best friend that lived next door was a big loss for you, right?
It was a big loss, and then like changed almost everything.
So it changed everything in your life.
Like pretty much every day something bad would happen sometime around the day.
Okay. So we want to definitely work on that area while you're here. Good. One of the other questions that I have that I really just wanted to touch on would be, do you feel at all suicidal? Do you know what that means?
No.
Do you know what that, you don't know what it means?
No.
It means that you want to like hurt yourself and make yourself not be alive anymore.
I don't want to do that.
You don't want to do that.
I just want to help myself with my problem.
Help yourself in your problems. Good. I'm just going to read one more area and then I think we'll be done. Do you feel safe at home?
I do feel safe at home.
Okay, good. So what we'll do is we'll make it a plan. It's called a treatment plan, and what that does is it gets you really started here in the program and in the treatment, and every time you come we'll start working on different skills. So some of the things that we talked about were being embarrassed, being heartbroken, coping with stress, your changes that happened in your life, and really just being able to be strong again. Do you have any questions for myself?
Yeah. I'm not sure that I can fix going back to my best friends right by there, but like you'll like help me trying to get over that and trying to be braver and stuff like that.
Yep, we'll work on some skills and we'll work on understanding what loss is and how to move forward.
Okay.
Yeah. Awesome. Well, thank you, Mackenzie.
Thank you.
It was good to meet you.